I got totally addicted to the oceans ever since my memory goes back to when I was 4, 5, 6 years old. Mostly by Jacques Cousteau, with his expeditions around the world on a little black and white television. And that made me totally intrigued and obsessed by the oceans. You know, I wanted to see them, I wanted to dive, I wanted to explore, ever since I can remember, yeah. I'm Jeroen van der Wouw, I'm from Holland. I worked in the mechanical engineering industry, building equipment for oil and gas exploration. I saw a lot of beautiful nature, but I also saw a lot of devastation that was being caused by human beings. So at a certain point I thought, okay, you know, for how long is this going to continue? Why should I participate in all of this? And how can I do something to hopefully make a change and have a positive impact on the environment and leave it behind, you know, in a better way than what we are doing with it today. The philosophy that we have is that nature in itself is irreplaceable, but most of the damage caused on the planet has been caused by mankind, by us interfering in natural ecosystems and destroying them, especially in the last 100 to 150 years. So the best solution to counter climate change would be to have 100% natural solutions. But unfortunately, we are running out of time. What I started to think is, why don't we use all those technologies that we have developed to do something that hopefully can impact climate change? Why don't we try to develop something that will have a dramatic positive impact on climate change? And that is how the idea of the Reef company was born. I believe that we can build equipment or installations that we can integrate with nature to help attack, you know, the impact that we have of our consumption, the use of energy and the warming planet, by using this technology to absorb carbon and generate oxygen and give life back to the oceans. That's how it started. If you look at the entire area that natural coral reefs occupy, it's roughly the size of New Zealand. It's nothing on the scale of the entire planet. But this little nothing generates 25% of all life in the oceans, right? If we don't do anything to stop the decline of coral reefs, that 90% of all coral reefs will be gone by 2050. 50% of all natural coral reefs on the planet already have been destroyed today. What is really important to understand is that 25% of all biomass in the oceans worldwide comes out of healthy coral reefs. And those reefs that have been destroyed will never ever return during our lifetime. So our philosophy is that in this case we should help nature and rebuild these reef formations as fast as we can. Then what we also need to understand is that the biggest single carbon sink on this planet are the oceans. Our philosophy with the Reef company is that we want to develop hundreds, if not thousands, of different types of modules. We will never be able to mimic nature, because the best solution is to do everything in a natural way. The strategy that we have is to try to restore original habitats as much as we can. Our modules are modular, so we have 5 different envelopes or building sizes. We have building size 1 all the way up to building size 5. And building size 5 is 5 by 5 by 5 meters. And these modules, they weigh 55,000 kilograms or 55 tons. We will use typically recycled materials, slip and sludge from dredging projects, and repurposed cement and concrete, which will be mixed into a material which is going to be an eco-geopolymer concrete. When you look at subaquatic carbon storage, it is much more potent and powerful than land-based carbon storage. The average area of flora underwater is capable to store 10 times more carbon than an average land-based area. We have 4 concrete projects at the moment, 3 in Portugal and 1 in Malaysia. The project sizes that we are looking at, for example, in Comporta in Portugal, is a project of about 54 square kilometers. It's an area of about 3 kilometers wide and 18 kilometers long. A typical reef starts maturing after 2 to 3 years. But when we put our reef modules on the ocean floor, they will turn green in 2 to 3 months. And this is where life starts, right? With microalgae. And these microalgae, they will start generating and creating photosynthesis. They will convert carbon dioxide into oxygen, and they will start to attract other life, flora and fauna. We believe that if we build about 2,500 reefs in the size of what we are going to build in Comporta in Portugal, we can absorb the entire excess amount of carbon that is being released every year on this planet. That sounds like a huge number, but in fact it's nothing on the scale of the entire planet. The platform that we are building is around technology, hardware, but also technology, software, data collection. What we realized is that at the moment we know more about outer space than about the oceans. The Blue Box platform also can be scaled separately from the Reef platforms. We basically want to build a global satellite network, but underwater, where we collect ocean data in real time. There's a whole variety of applications that we can use our data for. But foremost and most importantly, we will learn a lot about the oceans, things that we don't know today. We can change everything. I'm very optimistic about the future. My biggest concern is us just watching what is happening without doing anything about it. It doesn't make sense to me to develop new life on Mars when we are living on a planet that is almost perfect as it is.